yo soy Talia. Yo no habla español nada. Okay? But if you want, Roy will translate for you. So first of all, thank you for having me here. I'm super excited to talk to you because we're the same. I'm a marketer, you're a marketer. We're all into communications. And as part of our job, we're all about getting people to take action and to buy our product and to be interested in what we're saying. And today we're going to talk a little bit about the evolution of communications, how we got to where we are in a world of hyper distraction, and how we can communicate more efficiently to grab attention. So before we do that, I'm just going to tell you a little bit about Powtoon. So I'm from Israel. In Israel, everyone has a startup. Okay, it's Startup Nation. It's where Waze is invented, and Viber, and Discount Key, and everything. And Powtoon is also a startup. We launched in 2012. And what we did differently than most startups is that we first found a market that has a need. Okay, we said, okay, we want to make money. Let's look for a need in a market. Okay? Now let's build for the need. Okay, so usually a company would say, I want to build this and this and this, then I'm going to find a market. We said we want to find a need and build towards that. And what we found at the time is that a lot of people need to create animated videos. And animated videos cost a lot of money to give to a production company. So the founder said, why don't we build a platform which allows everyone to create their own animated videos, which is a scalable business. Because if you build a studio and you're giving service to people, the more business you have, the more money you have to spend on work power. If you're providing a platform for people to do it themselves, then your business can scale. And it's all about scaling your business. So we did that. What we did is first, we released a video as if Powtoon already exists, and we sent it out to the marketing world, and then we wanted to see if we get the reaction. We didn't build Powtoon yet. This is the first time I'm telling this story. I didn't intend to tell this story, but you know, we're marketers, so I think it's very interesting. But we said, okay, let's see if people really want it. We built a video as if there's a tool existing already in the market like Powtoon, which allows you to create your animated video. And at the end, we added a call to action, which said, sign up for beta. We'll let you know, sign up for our list. We gathered emails, and we saw that quickly, you know, we came up with tens of thousands of emails. People were really interested in this product. And that's when we said, okay, great, we're going to build the product. We built it in MVP, which is minimum viable product. So what is the minimum that the market will be happy with, that is good enough in order for us to make money? This sounds so bad, but that's what we did. And then about a year later, we were already a profitable company. Okay, so in the startup world, 95% of the startups fail in the first year. Within a year, we were a profitable company, and we were making money. We're a bootstrapped company, which means we didn't raise any investments. All the money that we make, we produce and we bring back into the company. Okay, so 2012, now we're in 2018. We have 20 million users worldwide. All over the world, people are using Powtoon to create their own videos. It's used for explainer videos, for social media videos, for Facebook ads, for YouTube ads, in big companies. So it's used by 96% of the Fortune 500 companies, which are big corporate companies. Apple, Facebook, Microsoft, IBM, they're using it for internal communication, so not for marketing. They can't use these videos for marketing, but they can use it to communicate internally. And on average, we have a Powtoon created every second of the day. The reason Powtoon is so successful is because it's riding on a bit of a trend, right? Everyone around you is talking about video creation. You know, as people in marketing and communication students, the best way and the most efficient way to create video, to communicate today and to grab attention is by creating video. And I'm going to show you why. The CEO of Microsoft said that the true scarce commodity of the near future will be human attention. So the most valuable thing or the most valuable currency, money, we're all fighting for is human attention. So what does that mean? That means that as a company, I'm not competing with another company that has kind of the same product with me anymore. I'm competing for the attention of my target audience. When I walk in a room and I talk to people, I'm competing against WhatsApp notification, against people browsing Facebook under the table, against everything that's on their mind. And we're living in an age of hyper distraction. So the more we have technology, the more we're being distracted. The more we're available, the more we're approachable, the more anyone can reach us at any moment. And our brain isn't built for hyper distraction, right? Our brain is built for survival and for living in a cave and hunting animals and just staying alive. And suddenly it's getting all this stimulation and our attention span is really low. Some researchers say that our attention span is even lower than a goldfish. That's 8 seconds, less than a goldfish, 8 seconds, which means that when I walk into a room, I have someone's attention for 8 seconds. When I'm advertising something on Facebook, I have someone's attention for 8 seconds. If I'm not able to get their attention in the first 8 seconds, that's it. And I have 8 seconds to get all my message across. So we're living in an age of hyper distraction, but I'm not so sure that's right, because last year YouTube released their numbers. Everyone knows YouTube, right? If I'm speaking too fast or if you have questions, stop me, okay? So they released the numbers, and YouTube has 1 billion users when they released these numbers, and there's an average of 1 hour of video consumed a day on YouTube. That's 1 billion hours, 1,000 million hours a day on YouTube, a day. But hang on, we just said that no one has time and we don't have attention. So obviously something is happening on a platform which is getting people addicted and engaged. When I go on YouTube, I watch video after video after video, right? We have the whole binge watching, kind of movement or trend. So it might have to do with the content that we're watching on YouTube, but it's actually more than that. It has to do with the way our brain kind of reacts to video. So as human beings, we have 3 main learning modes, okay? I'm gonna take you to that slide. 1 second. So that's communications, evolution of communications. We spoke about once we used to communicate with text, then we moved to print, TV, computer, phone. I'm browsing on my phone. Something is always taking away from me, and I need to hack the brain. I need to get the brain's attention, and the brain learns in 3 ways. The first way of learning is visual. So when I'm sending an email to someone at work or to a potential prospect, they're reading text, okay? That's visual learning. But another form of visual learning is what I'm picking up around me here. So everything that I'm seeing around me right now is visual learning. The other form of learning is auditory. It's through hearing. If I speak really low and my energy is really low and my voice is really low, you learn something, as opposed to if I'm really excited and I'm happy, right? That's auditory learning. And the last way of learning is kinesthetic. It's about getting your emotions involved and movement involved, and it's more to do with storytelling. And I want to give you an example of each of these learning modes. Now you have to understand that when you're watching a video, all the 3 learning modes are activated at the same time. So it's more efficient to activate 3 at the same time than just 1. Because if I have 3 activated, there's better chances that someone will learn the information I'm trying to give them. Now, when I'm a teacher in the classroom, I need someone to learn my information. When I walk into a lecture or I pitch to investors or I'm trying to make sales, I need to get someone's attention. I need to activate all their 3 learning modes and make sure that they remember me and they remember my message. Let's look at those 3 learning modes for 1 second. So this is our visual learning modes. You know, Tony the tiger. He's a cool dude, right? He's happy, he's smiling. If I eat his cereal, I'll probably be also cool, like Tony the tiger. I'm getting good vibes from Tony the tiger. But what happens if I switch Tony the tiger with a real tiger? So I'm visually, my eyes are seeing something else. All I did is I changed the vibe of the visual, and I'm learning something completely different. Okay, so that's visual learning. I want to show you an example of auditory learning. This is Star Wars without music. Pretty boring. A lot of text on the screen. Biggest mistake of marketing is a lot of text on the screen. Okay? Here's what Star Wars is. So I'm learning the environment, I'm learning the music, I'm learning, you know, the whole vibe through the music that is being presented to me. I'm learning that something dramatic is going on. The text that I'm reading suddenly has some context. I understand what kind of rhythm I need to read it with. So that's auditory learning. And the last form of learning is kinesthetic. It's about moving emotions. So when I teach, I can go to a student and say, hey, Sarah, how much is 10 minus 8? It's 2. Remember that. Or that I can say, hey, Sarah, yesterday I gave you 10 pieces of candy. Your friend John came over, and together you ate 8 pieces of candy. Then you had a stomach ache, and you didn't feel so well, and John went home, but you still had some candy left. How much candy did you have left, okay? And just by telling Sarah the story and kind of helping her have a visual image and connect to it emotionally, to the story, to something from her day-to-day life, she'll learn better than just saying, hey, how much is 10 minus 8? Remember that, okay? So those are the 3 learning modes. And now I want to talk to you about the power of animation. So as grown-ups, there's a lot of animation in our lives, right? There's Family Guy, there's Rick and Morty. Does anyone watch this? Yeah. A lot of startups decide to do their product videos in animation. Why? Why is animation all around us? And by the way, before, when I showed you a cartoon of the Powtoon story, that was an animated video, and you were all glued to the screen. No one was looking away from that video, the video I showed you before. So there's something about animation that is gluing us to the screen. And actually, we checked that. So last year, we partnered with YouTube. So YouTube is a company, and they need to make money, right? And the way they make money is through advertising. The more people advertise in the platform, the more money they make. And YouTube's biggest challenge today is video advertising and to get small businesses that don't have money to make videos and to advertise. So they reached out to us and they said, listen, guys, if you can prove to us that making a video on your platform will get better view-through rates, we'll partner. We'll bring you to SMBs. We'll make sure to promote you. So what we did is we did a test. We took 2 videos, the same exact videos. One was just a real-life video, real action, and the other one was the same real-life video, but we added animation overlays to it. So think of like a video of me talking, and then you see bam, boom, picture of a watch, animation of a camera, okay? And we ran them both as ads. And we saw that the view-through rates for the video with the animation overlays on them had 42%. It means that People are watching 42% of an ad on YouTube. That's something we usually skip, right? No one watches ads. But you have a way to make people more engaged and watch more ads, and that's the power of animation. So why? Why do we love animation so much as grown-ups? Two reasons. The first reason is the power of abstraction. Everyone know what abstract is? This is abstract. I'll explain. So we spoke before about the brain and about how much activity it has to do when it's walking around the world. So when I'm walking around the world, I see this bottle of water and I'm like, okay, what do I know about this bottle of water? It probably costs, I don't know, $400 in Uruguay, right? And it's no? 40, come on. I'm converting in my head, right? And it's mineral water, and maybe I wanted to say, okay, whatever. So I think of different things that are associated to this bottle. When I see a picture of a real camera, my brain has to start bringing up information that it knows about this camera, right? So, oh, this is a really expensive camera, a Nikon camera. It's a camera for professionals. It's really heavy. All the information I know about a camera. When I see a sports car, a picture of a sports car, I think of status. I think of everything that I know about what that represents. So my brain is doing a lot of work, okay? And when my brain is doing a lot of work of what do I know about this camera, it takes it longer to process the information that I, as a marketer, need him to process now so I can get my message across. But if I show your brain a camera in a cartoon or an animation mode, it gets the concept that the camera represents, and it's like, oh, a camera, I'm moving on. So that's the power of abstraction. And just by using abstract images, your brain can just process information faster, and it doesn't have to process all the information it knows about professional cameras. Okay? The next reason we all love animation is because of childhood conditioning. So, as I said, our brain is constantly learning, and my brain also decides what to filter out and what to filter in. So when I'm walking around this room, there's a lot going on around me that my brain is deciding not to pay attention to. So if I pay attention, there's a buzz from the air conditioning, there's some whispers, there's a lot going on, but my brain filters it out. Why? Because my brain decides what information is relevant to it. The same way when I'm in an office space, right? There's so much going on around me. I decide what I need to learn now and what I don't need to learn now. So the brain is constantly learning, and it's deciding what's relevant and what's not relevant. But you know, when most of us had a good childhood, and growing up as children, we all used to watch cartoons on a Saturday morning, and our childhood is associated in our brain to a period where we felt safe. We have warm feelings about our childhood. When I think of childhood, I feel loved, I feel family, right? So it's a very, very positive feeling. And that's why when my brain sees something that it associates to childhood, it says, oh, okay, I'm not threatened by this information. I don't need to learn anything new. I'm going to let down my filters, and I'm going to let information come in, right? It's something fun. And that way, if you're using animation, you can get a lot of information across because your brain lets down its guard. It's called edutaining, so education, learning, and entertainment. When you put them together, your brain is edutained, and cartoons is a way to hack that. Any questions up to now? Okay, so that's a little bit about video, and when we built Powtoon, we really tried to create a platform for everyone to be able to create videos. So as marketers, we always have to think, okay, you know, this is our market. How can I make them go into my platform and understand right away what they need to do. So what we did is we built Powtoon in an environment that looks like a PowerPoint slide. Okay, so if you can use PowerPoint, if you can make presentations, you can make a video. Because saying to someone, you're now gonna make a video, it's like, whoa, 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 hang on. I'm not a video editor. I'm just a marketer. I don't do this. I don't do design, right? But if I say to someone, hey, you're gonna make a presentation, at the end, you'll discover you actually made a video, that's a completely different message. So when we built Powtoon, we built it as a PowerPoint environment. Today we're partners with Microsoft, so that worked out for us. What I'm gonna do today is I'm gonna give you like a quick crash course of how to build a great explainer video. So a lot of times a marketing video has one structure. If you know the structure, you can say anything, okay? And I'm gonna give you the perfect formula today for a marketing video. When I say a marketing video, what I mean is the videos that you see on companies' websites. Meet Jane, this is Jane's problem, this is the solution, bam, your product, benefit. So the structure we saw here today is intro, this is Jane, meet Jane. When you give an intro, you want to make sure that the intro is related to your target audience. So if your target audience is a marketer, you're going to say, meet Jane, just like you, she's a marketer, okay? These are her problems. What are problems that marketers face? She doesn't have enough time. Her boss is on her back. She's not able to produce leads. Oh no, Jane, don't worry, because now we have the solution to all your problems. It's called, bam, your product. This is how it's gonna help you. It's gonna get your boss off your back. It's gonna save you money by doing this. It's gonna save you time by doing this. Sign up today and you'll be happy forever. So that's the formula of a regular explainer video. You'll see it repeat itself a lot in ads, in product videos, etc. And if you stick to that formula, you'll be great. We learned about the power of video communications, why video communications are so effective, because it activates the 3 learning modes. We learned that animation has the power to bring abstraction and connect you to childhood memories, so all your filters are left down and your brain doesn't have to work as much. We learned the structure for a perfect explainer video. And the last secret I'm going to tell you is my biggest tip in the world. When you start creating your own video, never start with a video. Always start with a script. So if you start with a video, it's going to take you ages. You're going to get carried away. Which character, which text, which font, it doesn't matter. You need your message first. So what I do is I always have the structure. I write down my text on a Word document. I then copy paste it into Powtoon, into different slides, and only then I start with the design. Don't do it otherwise, it will take you ages. If you do it this way, I create videos now in like 5-10 minutes, literally. Okay, so that's the biggest secret of using a video creation tool. Always start with a script. Through videos, we don't only activate all the learning modes, we also activate the emotion, and we can tell stories. And as a marketer, it's very important to be able to tell stories, because stories build communities around you. If you think of people living in communities, if you think of religion as a community, what does religion have around it? Every religion. It has stories. It has cultures. The army, the Marines, they have stories around them, making them proud to be the Marines. Kim Kardashian has a story, and she has a community of people around her. And videos have the power to tell stories, and stories build communities, and your communities are going to be your biggest ambassadors, and they're going to take all your marketing messages and bring them out there. So number 1, always make people feel good about your brand. Number 2, make sure that you get your messages across, right? I needed to show that everyone can create videos. You need to do that as a marketer, and you need to do that and still be true to the story. Number 3, the use of music to trigger emotions. This is all part of building a storytelling campaign. You don't have to build a lot of storytelling campaigns in your life as a marketer. Obviously, every storytelling campaign is supported with PPC to capture leads and with everything around it to make sure it's promoted and PR and everything. But this is, again, it's video. It's all about video communications. It's about connecting people to you emotionally. It's about telling your story. It's about grabbing attention, because at the end of the day, we're all fighting for attention, and you need to hack the brain to get attention. So that was just my little 2 cents that I'm happy to share with you, marketer to marketer. And you can always feel free to reach out to me with any questions you have. Thank you.